Imagine spending your entire life climbing a mountain. You bleed, you sweat, and you fight for every inch until you finally reach the peak. The view is breathtaking and the sun is shining. But as you look around, you realize you're standing there all alone. The people you love, the ones you wanted to share this moment with, are gone. They were left behind at the foot of the mountain years ago. Is this true success, or is it just a very high, very lonely place to be? Today, I want to tell you the story of Odile. His journey is a reflection of the mistake so many of us are making right now. This story isn't just about him, it's about all of us. Julian was born into a world of not enough. Not enough food on the table, not enough heat in the winter, and never enough respect from the world outside. His father was a man broken by labor, and his mother was a woman who traded her health to keep the family afloat. The moment that defined Julian happened on a rainy Tuesday when he was just a boy. While his classmates walked in sturdy leather boots, Julian wore shoes so thin the cold pavement bit into his soles through the holes. He sat on a park bench, watching a wealthy man step out of a black car, looking untouched by the world. In that moment, Julian made a silent, cold vow. I will own the world. I will build a wall of gold so high that poverty will never find me again. As he grew, Julian became a machine of pure ambition. In college, while others were making memories and falling in love, Julian was memorizing ledgers and working double shifts. He viewed sleep as a weakness and joy as a distraction. Every hour not spent earning was an hour wasted. By 25, he launched his first firm. He brought his mother a bouquet of lilies and a thick envelope of cash with his first major profit. He saw her smile, but he didn't stay to talk. He had another meeting. He didn't realize that his mother didn't want the envelope. She wanted to hear about his day. But Julian was already gone, chasing the next zero on his bank statement. 2 decades passed. Julian was no longer a man. He was an empire. He lived in a sprawling mansion made of glass and marble, a house so silent you could hear a heartbeat from across the hall. He had a family, but they lived like strangers under the same roof. One night, his young daughter tugged at his sleeve. "Dad, I have a recital tomorrow. I'm playing the lead. Will you be there?" Julian, eyes glued to a fluctuating stock market on his screen, patted her head distractedly. "I have a merger in Tokyo tomorrow, sweetheart. I'll make it up to you. I'll buy you that piano you wanted." He didn't see the light fade from her eyes. He thought love could be invoiced. He thought presence could be replaced by presence. The phone call that changed everything came during a gala dinner. Amidst the clinking of crystal glasses and the hum of polite laughter, Julian heard his sister's broken voice. "Julian, Mom is gone. She waited for you all evening. She just wanted to say goodbye." The world froze. Julian drove through the night toward the small house he had tried so hard to forget. As he stood in his mother's quiet room, he saw an old photo on her nightstand. It was the two of them on the day he bought her that first scarf. It was worn and faded, but it was her most prized possession. He realized then that he had spent millions to build a life, but he hadn't spent a single hour being a son. He was the richest man in the cemetery and the poorest man in the room. Following the funeral, Julian retreated into his glass mansion. He looked at his reflection in the floor-to-ceiling windows. He saw a man who had won every battle but lost the war. On his 60th birthday, he sat at the head of a long table filled with important people. They praised his vision and his wealth. But as he looked around, he realized that if he lost his money tomorrow, not a single person at that table would stay for dessert. He walked out into the moonlight and finally wept. He had climbed the mountain, he had fulfilled his vow, but he had traded his soul for a view of a graveyard. He had been so busy constructing a future that he had completely discarded the present. Friend, listen closely. What are you trading your hours for? Ambition is a noble fire, but if you don't control it, it will burn down everything you love. The true meaning of life isn't found in what you accumulate, but in what you give away. It's found in the unhurried dinner, the long walk, and the "I love you" that isn't followed by a "but I'm busy." True success is having people who love you for who you are, not for what you provide. Don't wait until you reach the peak to realize you've been climbing the wrong mountain. Build your empire, yes, but build your home first. Because at the end of the road, you won't remember the deals you closed. You will remember the hands you held.